It starts like so many family stories do, with celebration, music, laughter, and smiling faces. But beneath the surface, something feels missing. The lights are on, the guests are gathered, the cameras are flashing, yet one chair remains empty. The Beckham family, one of the most famous families in the world, recently came together for a joyful celebration, presenting a united front filled with warmth and pride. But behind that carefully curated happiness lies an ongoing tension that fans around the globe cannot ignore: the estrangement of their eldest son, Brooklyn. To understand why this celebration matters so much and why it feels emotionally complicated, we need to step back and look at how a family once admired for its closeness reached this quiet but painful crossroads. For decades, the Beckhams represented a modern fairytale. David Beckham rose from a football prodigy to a global icon, while Victoria Beckham transformed herself from pop star to respected fashion designer. Together, they built not just careers, but a brand centered on family values, discipline, and togetherness. Their children grew up in the public eye, yet viewers often admired how grounded they seemed. Birthday posts, holiday gatherings, and proud parent moments filled social media feeds, reinforcing the idea that this was a family that stayed united no matter how famous they became. Brooklyn, the eldest, was once the emotional bridge of the family, the first child, the one fans watched grow up. Over the years, he explored photography, cooking, and creative pursuits, often under intense scrutiny. Then came love, marriage, and a turning point. Brooklyn married actress Nicola Peltz Beckham, and what should have been a joyful milestone slowly became the beginning of a visible fracture. What started as whispers of disagreements turned into noticeable absences, unfollows on social media, and eventually public expressions of hurt that made it clear this was no ordinary family disagreement. As time passed, the tension became harder to ignore. Brooklyn appeared to distance himself emotionally and physically from his parents, choosing to build a life centered around his marriage. Public statements suggested feelings of being unsupported and misunderstood, while his parents remained largely silent, opting for dignity over confrontation. Fans were left reading between the lines, analyzing captions, emojis, and who appeared or didn't appear in family photos. In today's world, silence itself speaks loudly, and every quiet moment fuels speculation. Against this backdrop, the Beckham family recently hosted a vibrant celebration to mark a milestone moment for one of their younger sons. The event was filled with music, laughter, and heartfelt moments, a reminder that life doesn't pause for unresolved conflict. Cruz Beckham, stepping confidently into adulthood, was surrounded by love and encouragement. The atmosphere was joyful, energetic, and intentionally positive. It was a moment designed to celebrate growth, talent, and family pride, and on the surface, it succeeded beautifully. Yet, the absence of Brooklyn was impossible to overlook. No matter how lively the celebration became, the emotional gap remained. For many viewers, the party felt bittersweet, a happy moment shadowed by the knowledge that not all family members were present. It wasn't just about who showed up, it was about what their absence symbolized. In families, celebrations often serve as opportunities for healing, reconciliation, or at least shared presence. When someone chooses not to attend, it quietly confirms how deep the divide has become. Still, the rest of the Beckham children played their roles with grace and warmth. Romeo Beckham appeared relaxed and supportive, while Harper Beckham, the youngest, radiated innocence and affection. Her presence reminded many viewers of what is at stake: not fame, not headlines, but family bonds that once felt unbreakable. Moments shared between siblings hinted that love still exists, even when relationships are strained and complicated. What makes this story resonate so deeply is how relatable it is beneath the celebrity surface. Families everywhere experience moments where joy and tension coexist. Parents celebrate one child while worrying about another. Siblings laugh together while quietly missing someone who used to stand beside them. The difference is that for the Beckhams, these moments unfold in public, amplified by millions of eyes and endless commentary. Every smile is analyzed, every omission questioned, and every silence interpreted. David and Victoria's decision to proceed with the celebration sends a clear message: life goes on, milestones matter, and love for their children remains unwavering. It is not a dismissal of the conflict with Brooklyn, but rather an acknowledgement that families cannot freeze in pain forever. At the same time, it raises difficult questions. Is celebration a bridge toward healing, or does it risk deepening the divide when one member feels left behind? There are no easy answers, only emotional complexities that rarely fit neatly into headlines. For Brooklyn, watching from afar, the celebration may have carried mixed emotions: pride for his brother, nostalgia for family moments past, and perhaps reinforcement of his decision to remain distant. His public devotion to his wife suggests he is prioritizing emotional safety and loyalty, even if it means standing apart from his parents. For David and Victoria, the absence likely hurt, but their role as parents also demands strength, patience, and the hope that time can soften what words currently cannot. As the celebration ended and photos circulated online, fans were left reflecting on the deeper meaning behind the smiles. This wasn't just a party, it was a snapshot of a family navigating love, loss, pride, and unresolved pain, all at once. It showed that unity doesn't always mean completeness, and happiness doesn't always erase sadness. Sometimes, families move forward while carrying the weight of what's broken, hoping that one day it might be repaired. In the end, the Beckham family story is not about choosing sides or assigning blame. It's about understanding that even the most admired families face fractures, and that healing doesn't happen on a schedule the public can predict. The celebration was a moment of light, not denial, a reminder that joy and tension can exist side by side. And perhaps, somewhere beyond the cameras and speculation, it also carried a quiet message meant for Brooklyn alone. The door may not be spoken about, but it remains open. Because at the heart of this story is a simple truth that transcends fame. Families can celebrate, struggle, and hope all at the same time. And sometimes, the most powerful gesture isn't a public apology or dramatic reunion, but the steady continuation of love, waiting patiently for the moment when everyone is ready to come home.